One of the things that makes the Witcher universe feel truly alive is its diverse beliefs. Different faiths shape how people and groups behave, and encountering new beliefs as we travel across the world enhances the cultural richness of the Witcher universe. Today, we'll be diving into one such belief, Lebioda's faith, or more precisely, the prophet who spread it. Lebioda was a prophet with followers across the world, though he had the most devoted believers in Toussaint. His teachings were fairly simple, but in a world where good and evil are constantly at odds, following simple truths was often the hardest thing to do. His doctrine bore similarities to monotheistic religions. Be kind to your neighbor, always speak the truth and stand by your words, do not lie, do not kill, and do not give in to lust. Speaking of lust, it's easy to see why Toussaint's people might have struggled to stay true to Lebioda's teachings. After all, their way of life revolves around wine and romance. Lebioda's wisdom and virtues were compiled into a book, which he and his disciples spread far and wide. One of the most notable examples of his influence was Queen Zuleika, the wife of King Esterad Tyson of Kovir and Povis. As a devoted follower of Lebioda, she did her best to spread his faith in the north. However, as I mentioned earlier, his most fervent followers were in Toussaint, where massive budgets were allocated to building a grand statue in his honor. In the game, we even get the chance to contribute to the construction of Lebioda's statue, though it takes quite a bit of time. But once it's complete, it really makes you feel like a part of this world's history. Tomorrow, I'll walk you through the steps of building the statue, so don't forget to check out the next video, folks. Lebioda lived a life filled with parallels to modern Christianity and even managed to make his mark in the fight against evil. While residing with his disciples in Kaedwen, he became convinced that he could stop a dragon that was terrorizing the local peasants. However, his attempt failed and things took a turn for the worse. He was ultimately devoured by the dragon. His disciples didn't give up though. They eventually managed to recover his bones and carried them all the way to Novigrad, where they were displayed in the Great Temple. According to legend, devout followers of Lebioda were sometimes granted the privilege of kissing his bones. But let's take a moment to consider how those bones were retrieved. After all, Lebioda was eaten by a dragon, which means his remains had to pass through the creature's digestive system, reaching a rather unpleasant final destination, if you catch my drift. Just imagine his disciples sifting through dragon dung to recover his bones. Quite the dedication, huh? But in the end, what truly matters is not the man himself, but the faith he left behind. By the way, it's worth noting that Lebioda's statue in the Witcher universe has a real-world counterpart, St. Peter's statue in the Vatican. While not an exact replica, the inspiration is quite evident. Alright folks, that's it for today's video. See you in the next one. Take care and goodbye.